I know the next Yu-Gi-Oh ban list. And today, big dog, we are going to be showing you what is going to happen in the next Yu-Gi-Oh meta. In my last video, we talked about what a perfect ban list would look like, but in today, we're going to be talking about what Konami is going to do on the next ban list to prepare you. Let's go ahead and jump on in. What's going on with y'all, big dogs? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope that's your day phenomenal. But if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. It's going to be really interesting to jump on in and give you guys my prediction list, how to fix the Yu-Gi-Oh meta, or more importantly, what Konami is going to do to take all of your money. I think when you're making a prediction list, it has to be different than a wish list. And the main reason is because Konami has notoriously sabotaged their Yu-Gi-Oh card game in so many different ban lists before. So when I'm making this particular ban list, one thing that I'm keeping in mind is A, what would maximize Konami's profits? I would also want to think about B, what would be cards that are a little bit old or outdated, cards that I could get out of the way to supplement with another engine going forward. And C, the next thing I'm looking for is to somewhat keep you mediocrely satisfied, because that's normally what ban lists do. I'm not saying that Konami will make a terrible ban list this time around. I'm saying consistently, they don't make the best ones. But before I get into my ban list, I actually want to see what you guys put. So let's go ahead and check those out. Maybe you guys can give me some inspiration. This one is VC's ban list, brother, access code talker? Are we serious? Sussy code. Oh man, I don't disagree with this ban list as much. I think Access Code Talker and Malice P Whitebinder are crazy hits, but everything else, I don't know. You guys, that seems more like a balanced ban list more than a prediction. I mean, IP Masquerena too? Dog, IP Masquerena? I'm not gonna lie. There was a point in time where I thought IP Masquerena would be hit, but it's the same reason where I thought like Baron and Borload Savage Dragon would be hit, you know, predictions that I got right. And it was really because it was reprinted in Rarity Collection 3 and interaction on your opponent's turn. Yeah, that you gotta check those, right? All right, who's next? What the heck is this? Brother man, you absolute heathen. Banned Requiem, Triple Tactics Talent. You can tell what kind of player you are. Nightmare Griffin's fair. Terraforming, that's kind of fair. Instant Fusion, okay. Bro, look at all these limited cards, bro. Block Dragon coming back. Holy crap. Oh man, actually, I think that we have evolved as Yu-Gi-Oh players to making not so bad lists. We have some pretty interesting takes like Triple Tactics Talent and stuff, but looking at this list, it's not terrible in my opinion. I actually think that it's okay. All right, next is Shaq Magic's ban list, and wow, I'm okay. So Isolde, no. Circular, no. But the rest of the ban list, he's actually cooking somewhere. He addressed, he's a Malice player. I just realized he's a Malice player. He tried to trick us. He tried to trick us with the Dimension Shifter ban. All right, let's look at GB Smokey's list. I like it. Holy crap. Chat, I think, I know that other content creators show their, you know, fans ban list and stuff. I think my fans ban list have been very reasonable. I'm like proud of you guys. I might shed a tear here. You guys are cooking. I'm not upset with this ban list. It's actually a really good attempt at balancing the meta. A really, really, really good attempt. I wouldn't even be mad under this list. I would like Finra back to 3, and I would like, no, I think that this list is good. All right, I'm waiting for you guys. I'm waiting for a bad list. We got another list by Zoe, which, this is the same list, isn't it? Holy crap. Yo, you guys are collectively thinking like one hive mind. This is why Link Decoder? It's actually a smart Malice hit, I wouldn't lie. Link Decoder allows Malice to keep comboing forward, and it gets them more and more materials. Banning Link Decoder isn't a direct hit to Malice, but it's a sub hit to Malice and could be a hit to Alliance Insight cards. He might be thinking in the future, or he could just be mad that Link Decoder keeps clapping him up. I'm not sure. I also used to be a really big fan of keeping Cyframe Gear Gamma off the list, but now that I've experienced a Cyframe Gear Gamma format in Master Duel and then it getting taken away, this card can stay banned. All right, who else do we have? I was once possibly the Cowboy King, wants to ban Crimson Dragon, Tenpai Dragon Chandra, and Pydra. He also wants to limit Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. Here we go. Here it is, chat. The Glue Eater. Brother Man wants to limit Shangri-Era. Bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why? Probably one of the worst ban lists I've ever seen. Brother, what did Tenpai do to you? I'm trying to figure that out. Bringing back a Rise Heart in a Malice format is insane. Think about it. He hits Rizio and doesn't hit Malice. And he brings back Cashtira Rise Heart. So if you think about it, it won't be a Malice format if everything vanishes, right? Let's get to my prediction list. So, boom, fresh slate. I think that some of you guys were onto it when we said Abyss Dweller is going to get banned. I think that that's a reasonable assumption for this particular Yu-Gi-Oh ban list. And the main reason is because Abyss Dweller was not only banned in the OCG, it's also really, really easy to summon. We've seen points in times where Yu-Gi-Oh cards not be powerful in the initial release of the card. For Abyss Dweller, it's almost a 12-year-old card. But now, since XE decks, specifically rank 4 XE decks, are really, really strong, banning this card makes sense. I also seen that somebody did ban another card that I banned, and I think it's entirely a good ban. Baguska the Terribly Tired Taper is definitely one of the bans that'll come completely off of left field. This card will eventually be banned, I promise you, chat. The main reason is because Rizio is the best deck in the format, and once you start to take away the Fiendsmith and other aspects of Rizio decks, it'll start relying on those really busted Xyzs. For example, right now, and it's very legal, very live, Rizio has a combo that requires none of the cards that are going to be thought of on the ban list, where it summons Baguska, puts it into the graveyard, and then can re-special summon it to your side of the field after you get rid of Rizio Detonator, which is crazy strong against any deck that's not a link-based Yu-Gi-Oh deck. So I think that both Abyss Dweller and Baguska should be hit on the next ban list. It would be my attempt of fixing the Yu-Gi-Oh format, but more importantly, I think if Konami is actually on their game, they hit these cards preemptively to prevent Rizio from being a tier 0 deck again. I do also think that they hit Nightmare Griffin. Nightmare Griffin, I mean, like, this is not one of those cards where if it'll be banned, it is 100% when it will be banned, because Nightmare Griffin is essentially Babushka in Dweller, but in Link form. And Malice is a deck that summons Nightmare Griffin. To be honest, guys, I don't think I hit a single Malice card on this ban list. And the reason why is because I think the only thing that will be limitable is Dormouse. What Malice players are starting to do is that they're starting to like play a lower engine of Malice. Like they're only playing 1 White Rabbit, 1 of the other girls, 3 Dormouse, 3 Field Spell. And out of all of those cards, the only thing that you could really hit that would actually matter is Dormouse. And unfortunately, that would probably kill Malice as a totality, because we know that the other 2 monsters can't combo. So I think that this card eventually gets limited, but maybe semi-limited? Maybe semi-limited. Maybe semi-limit is the case. Doesn't necessarily kill the deck, but hurts the consistency enough to force you to playing more cards that dedicate themselves to Malice. Malice is like Branded. Malice is like Labyrinth. Malice is like, I can't think of any other decks, but it's easily like Branded, Malice, I guess Sword Soul. There is, in my opinion, there is not a single Malice card worth hitting. And I am not a Malice gooner. I'm just telling you like it is. With so many ways that Malice gets hard countered and completely shut off their game, the Molcharmi cards, Artifact Lancia, which is super searchable, there's no reason to stop Malice because it can never be a tier 0 deck. Similar to how Branded was, and similar to how Labyrinth was, there's way too many good cards that counter this meta deck to prevent it from being a meta deck. Also, it has like waifu tax status. They just have to print more Malice cards and you guys will buy it. So it kind of does fulfill their goals. I think another card that we should be looking at is, out of Rizio cards, it might just be X Rizio gets some type of hit too. I think that this goes in combination with Bonfire, or maybe just Bonfire getting hit, but I 100% think that one of these cards get hit on the next ban list. The reason why is because Konami wants to sell this card called 7th Tachyon. 7th Tachyon is the sought after spell card that you must get for your tier 1 deck. It kind of reminds you of another sought after spell card from a maze set that makes your tier 1 deck, right? I think from a money perspective, it would be smart to limit Bonfire and then potentially limit an option of Bonfire because it makes the deck less consistent, therefore making the deck less powerful into the new wave of support or forcing you to get 7th Tachyon. I don't know, man. That's just my thoughts. I think that on top of that, they also secretly hit Totally Awesome, but not in the way that most players would accept Totally Awesome being hit. I think that this card goes to 1. And the reasoning behind Totally Awesome to 1 is because it kills, or it really secretly hurts decks like Mermail and Sharks, but it's sold off in an effort to stop Yugioh. Yugioh with the Shark engine can now make Totally Awesome and Bahamut Shark. And if you dedicate enough cards to it, you can make multiple Bahamut Sharks and Totally Awesomes. Especially now that cards like Abyss Dweller and Baguska are now banned, it actually does give you the extra deck space. I could also see them just go ahead and hitting out Bahamut Shark, like that could work too. But hitting out Totally Awesome, like, just seems like a Konami move. Bahamut Shark? Nah, that card's not bad. Totally Awesome? Yeah, you're the threat. You're waiting for the Orcus support? This will definitely help you out because, of course, Konami needs to sell that Battles of Legends set, right? I think that they could, like, do the thing of limiting the Orcus cards, but since we've already had, like, a whole format of it, like, experiencing it in Master Duel, it just goes straight to unlimited. The Fiendsmith engine needs to be addressed in one way or another, but as you already know, we still need to sell Fiendsmiths for quarter century bonanzas, so Engraver to 2. That's probably it. I do think it would be better to hit cards like Fabled Lori, right? I think this would be smart, genuinely. There's not another easily accessible Light Fiend, but somebody did point out that Fabled Lori is not only getting support for the DT set, it's also getting an alternate art. I still think that this card should be banned. I mean, if anything, it's going to be inside of the quarter century Stampede set, so it's definitely getting banned, just maybe not this time around, unless they drop it after the Stampede set. There has been times where Konami has dropped cards and they're banned, pre-banned, so there is a possibility. Masterpiece to 1? I mean, look, if I'm being honest, if Konami wants to do stuff like that to you, they can just put Masterpiece to 3. This card's trash. If I'm being so honest. Dimension Shifter? I think that Konami lets Dimension Shifter slide potentially. But if they do hit Dimension Shifter, it's one of those one-ofs where you get sacked by Dimension Shifter and it feels really, really bad. This card deserves to be banned, but that either limit or semi-limited is definitely the way to go. In fairness, this would be the hit to Malice that I think would be the best hit, but that's pretty much what they're gonna do. Like, you can't just shotgun Lancia and then they'll shotgun Shifter on your turn. Like, it makes it kind of even. I think that Borreload Savage Dragon comes back off the list. So my biggest reason why Borreload Savage Dragon was going to get banned initially was the fact that there was way too much special summoning in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys look at Master Duel in the OCG, that special summoning is limited because of Maxi and the Molcharmi cards. But Maxi seems to be on its way out, and special summoning still isn't at a all-time high. I think that Konami is experimenting with the Charmy cards in the TCG, and they won't bring out Maxi, but I think bringing out Borreload Savage Dragon will kind of test the waters in a sense. If Borreload Savage Dragon is really, really strong, then obviously it goes back to being banned. They've done this before. But more importantly, Borreload Savage Dragon is a median between Baron de Fleur and Borreload, and seeing if combo decks can still thrive in this Yu-Gi-Oh meta. Keep in mind, it is a synchro monster, and things aren't as easy as they once were with Snake Eyes. In actuality, this card can come to 3. Who cares if it's at 1? To be honest, if I were to make a ban list right now, this would be close. Overall, though, this seems like the moderately disappointing ban list that Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be expecting. We just need to unlimit some cards that would have a lot of the casuals excited. I think I did that with Masterpiece and Borreload Savage Dragon, as well as Nightmare Mermaid. I can't really think of any other cards, maybe like Performapal Monkey Board. They'll love that. So boom, Monkey Board to 3. The Danger Monsters. I actually like that you guys put the Danger Monsters to 3. That is so Konami-like. That they would love that. Unlimited Nightmare Goblin, unban Electromite. This is a prediction list. I wouldn't say that they wouldn't, but it sounds like something that they could do, right? If there's one more thing that I think needs to be hit, it'll probably be Fiendsmith Tract. Something like this. A lot of players are starting to get smart and playing multiple copies of Fiendsmith Tract, which would kind of negate the fact of 2 engravers. So let's make them play this. But that's pretty much it, what I would have for a prediction list, something that I think Konami would do. There are going to be some cards that aren't going to be on the list that are largely disappointing, and I think I did that. I really can't wait to hear what you guys think about this prediction list. And of course, if you haven't joined the Discord and you want to share your prediction list, go ahead and do so. Until then, big dogs, go ahead and check out these videos so I can catch you on the next one.